Thanks. So, I'm thrilled that you guys are all here today. You know, some of you are family, some of you are friends, relatives. You know, this has been a hard time. You know, Todd was 10 years younger than I. I did not expect to be going through this at such a young age. You know, Todd and I also had lots of plans together. Monday, I leave for a trip where we were going to Austin and Houston and Galveston, and then a week-long cruise. In Egypt, in October, we were going to Egypt. So I thought we had lots of future plans and life was good. Todd had been urging me to retire so I could travel more with him. So, you know, I don't know how it got to this point exactly. But it's heartbreaking. I've said it before, but because of family dynamics and divorce, after 2 years old, Todd and I did not live in the same household. 2 for him, 12 for me. So we grew up in different households. Eventually, he moved to Southern California and Phoenix. And so besides just family dynamics not being able to be close, we had a lot of distance. And I've said this before, but my mom passed away about 1.5 years ago, and Todd came. He said, "Jerry, I'll come and remodel Mom's house so we can sell it." And so he came to Santa Clara and was here for 4 months. And during that time, it was the closest we've lived together in 30 years or more. And so I got to see him a lot more, got to spend more time with him. It was really great. And Todd had said that he had a dream where Mom had come to him and said that I intentionally left the house a mess so you guys could spend more time together. And we had talked about it kind of like being the secret gift of my mom's passing, that we got to spend more time together that we didn't have to, weren't able to as children. And right now, I don't see a secret gift for Todd's passing. I hope at some time I do. Right now, it's just hard. So on Monday, Trey and I go on a trip that we had planned with Todd and some other people. And I just planned to think about the good times. You know, you guys may have seen the pictures on the wall, my adventure wall. And I, over the years, had planned a lot of adventure trips, 2 times to the Grand Canyon, Alaska, kayaking, and Salmon River, Idaho, rafting, and Cataract Canyon rafting. And Todd went on every one of those trips with me. Sometimes he didn't have the money to go, And I was lucky enough that I had the money and I paid for him to go. And I'm so thankful now that I had him on all of those. So, you know, Todd was kind of a collector of people, brought a lot of people into his life. You know, he wanted to help people. You know, when somebody was down, he'd invite them to move into his house to get themselves on their feet. So this, to know that he was struggling in some way is hard. Yeah. I don't think we'll ever know the answer to this. But I'm glad that you all came out today to spend some time thinking about him and his good things. So I'm going to sit down, but if anybody wants to come up, you're welcome to say something. I don't want anybody to feel pressured, but if you want, you're certainly welcome to come up and say something.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Trey's father. We met Todd about 4 years ago. Actually, say something met Jerry same day. Same day we met, and you know, it was kind of a weird meeting, but at the end of the day, it's been like 4 years or so. 4 years, and you know, we got really close to Todd and everything. We've done a lot of things with Todd, you know. You know, we come to some family functions, they come to some of our family functions. But the thing that I'm gonna miss the most is that one thing he had a really, well, what's a good word to put it in? A really his personality was really out, like super out. If he was here, you would know he was here right now. I guarantee you, everyone would know that he was here. That's a fact. But me and him is exactly alike. Very young spirited. I'm a young spirited guy. I know I'm old, but I got a young spirit. And we went to a trip, me, my daughter, and my wife, and Todd and my son, and so a couple other people went to visit him. And we went to he took us there, showed us around, and me and him was sitting, me and Todd was in the front seat. And these guys in the back said, you guys was having like a screaming match up there. We're just laughing, you know. And then he come down here for Christmas. My mom, she just passed a few weeks ago. But me, my mother, him, my son, we went to look at Christmas lights because we did that every year. So one time they came and we came into the Christmas lights. And so we tell Todd, we said, hey man, we know this good place with some really cool lights up in Newark, right? We're gonna got some pop-ups over there. You should check it out. It's pretty cool, right? They go, oh yeah, they got some pop-ups. They go, let's go. So we drive all the way over there to New York, and then what it is a bunch of cutouts, like cartoon cutouts. And they're like, man, this is it. God, like I thought they was gonna be popping up at us. It was really funny, you know. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, he's a good man, and I'm gonna miss him as a friend, you know, as my son's partner and all that. You know, at the end of the day, he had a good heart, and he was young spirited, and like he said, we're gonna solve this. You know what I mean? But ultimately, you know, we have to remember the good times that we had, because ultimately, it should be a wake up call because we're all headed in that direction. And just remember, the people that you have in your life, love them, cherish it, and just be with them, because, you know, at the end of the day, that's all you have. You know what I mean? So I just want to thank God for my time with him, that that I had to get to know him, and, you know, the times that we had together, and it was a blessing. And it's too bad we're standing where we are today.
I want to show you guys something just quickly. So I went to Todd's house twice in the last 2 weeks, and while I was there, he had this on the wall, this little frame, and it says, make people feel loved today. And it just kind of screamed out at me. And it was the thing in his house that I decided to bring home with me. Make people feel loved today, because he went out of his way to do that. You know, I myself am kind of like real business-like, get your shit together kind of person. And so this is like, okay, maybe I can work on this. Yeah. 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 If anybody else wants to say something, now would be the time to come up.
I'm Jeremy, I'm one of his cousins. We grew up, obviously not sure everything he was, grew up very separate.
Louder, Joe.
We grew up separately from the family, me and my sisters. When we didn't get to really interact with Todd very much, but when we started interacting with the family again, Todd was always there, kind of let me know that it was okay when I was coming out. He was a support system for me when I was having a really hard time struggling with my self-identity and whatnot. And one thing I'll never forget is just how infectious his laugh was. And he would just laugh at my stories. I'd be like, oh, but this happened. And he'd be like, oh, it's nothing. You'll be fine. And I just wish that I had the opportunity to return this favor to him during, obviously he was struggling with things, but I wish I had been able to be there for him like he was for me growing up. And so I just want to, I'm so grateful for having Todd in my life.
Thank you.
Coming behind you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Trey's older sister. I just want to say that Todd, he showed love to everybody. He always was there for you when you needed someone. He was my girl's other uncle. He was Uncle Todd, and he was great. He always made me feel loved and welcome. Every time I seen him, he gave me a big hug, kissed me on the cheek, told me that I'm a strong mama, that I can get through it. He always gave me encouraging words, even though I didn't see him a lot. Those little words, they're always going to stick with me in my heart. Like I said, he was my girl's other uncle, and we're always going to keep his name alive. They're always going to know him no matter what. We love you, Todd, and I just want to thank you for making my brother happy and showing him real love. Because I believe in this life, you only have a couple people who truly love you, and I believe that he was my brother's love. I'm so thankful that he gave him happiness. I love you, brother. Thank you, Todd.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katie. I'm one of Todd's cousins. And he was my big cousin. So I always looked up to him. Getting together with my dad's side of the family was so much fun because I got to see Amber and Todd and Jerry, and Todd always brought the games. He introduced us to gestures. He was so much fun, so loving. And I want to Arizona in college for an internship, and he always invited me to his house to go hang out, just to be around family when I was so far from home. And once I hit 21, he'd come into town, we'd go out and sing karaoke. And it was heartbreaking to hear that the guy who was always so fun and full of life and love and opened his door to everyone was feeling so much pain, because he was such a light. And I'm so grateful that I did get to know him, that I grew up with those family gatherings. And even though we didn't get to see each other that much or that often, and even though it's been a long time, we still would text for the big things. And I'm just really gonna miss him.
So I'm gonna pick up the laptop and just pan the room, the backyard here, so you know, the recording can show who all was here. And if you guys could jump up and down and scream, say, hi, Todd. Love you, Todd. Okay. If anybody else wants to come up, now is the time. Otherwise, I'm gonna close the video, and you're welcome to hang out. There's no rush to get out the door or everything. We've got lots of drinks, lots of food. In fact, since I'm leaving on a trip on Monday, everything that's here is going to go bad while I'm gone. Take a plate and I'll pull out the foil and you can take some home with you. So anybody else want to say anything? Okay, come on up.
I think pretty much everyone's saying the same thing, and that's Todd was amazing and very loving. Every single time I saw him, same thing. Always came out to us, always made me feel welcome. Always about to party with him. Just a very happy, loving guy. And I was always, happy that Trey and them were together. And I'm here for you, Trey. Love you. And we're gonna miss him.
Definitely. I feel like everyone's kind of feeling the same way, just complete shock. Just because of the kind of exuberant life that he would give out to everybody and make everybody feel loved and everyone feel special. Whenever you talk to him, whenever you were able to have that one-on-one with him, you felt special in that moment with him. He made you feel connected to him in some way, whatever the conversation may be. And I know for me, every time I seen him, he would always call me hun, or he would always say, what do you need, hun? Or how are you doing, mama? And I will always think of them words and have him feel close with me in the moments. I was fortunate to go to Arizona multiple times and hang out with Trey and talk together, and just the welcoming that I would feel and how much he just made me feel a part of his life and a part of his family. And I'm gonna miss his spirit, truly, truly miss his spirit, because you don't meet people like that all the time. And a lot of people come in your life that have that kind of positive spirit that just overcomes them. And I'm gonna miss him tremendously, tremendously. So thank you.
Come on up, Tom.
Hello, I'm Ricky's dad. He was roommate of Todd. One thing about Todd is he took me in like family. Whenever I was around him, he didn't want to shake hands. He always wanted to give a hug. And I know he brought my son up. Kind of what everybody's been saying. He brought Ricky up to help him, to get him on the right track. And, we love him for that. And I talked to him like 2 days before this stuff happened. And he, I was talking to Rick and he opened the door and we were talking together and he seemed so happy and himself. And just to see what we're going through today, it's just heartbreaking. And I guess my thing is, give hugs. That's what Todd would do, and love each other and take care of people. So, anyways, we miss him and just crazy, but we'll get through it. And that's what he'd want us to do: be, move on with life and be happy and love the people, that they were part of. So, hopefully, we can do better at that.
Okay, well, thank you again for all being here. I'm sure Todd loved you in some way as you guys loved him. He was an easy guy to love. And he was easy to give you his love. So you guys are welcome to hang out as long as you want. No rush here. I'm going to close out the video and, socialize, have some laughs, have some drinks, have some food, and take some food with you on the way out the door. Okay, thank you very much.